I'm glad you could join us. Now, her work speaks for itself. She can transform your dream space by adding her signature touch of class and elegance. My guest today is an award-winning international entrepreneur, a CEO of L Interior Designs. Please help me welcome Miss Daphine Okonji. Hi, Daphine.
Hi.
How are you doing?
I'm good.
Now, please, is it true that your first capital was about 5,000 Kenyan shillings?
Yeah, as far as I can remember, it was about 5,000 shillings.
So, what did you do? What was the vision at that time when you were starting?
The vision at that time was quite big, and what I know and what I have learned in life is it doesn't matter how much money you have. What matters is how much passion you have, and drive and commitment. The money will come later. And as at that time, 5,000 was enough for me to do my business cards, do a rough design of a logo that I would want to use, and get up there and start.
Wow. So who is Daphine and what drives her?
Who is Daphine? I am a mom, a businesswoman, a wife. I love the Lord totally, with all my heart. And what drives me, I guess, is a passion for what I do. As you said, transforming spaces. And I believe in transforming spaces one client at a time. And just the before and after feel of a space. This gives me, it just makes it so fulfilling that I can't wake up the next day to transform another space.
Is that something that you always wanted to do growing up? Maybe if you can recall Daphine's maybe teenagehood or something that maybe you saw at that time that inspired you to come into the interior world?
Funny speaking, at that time, when I was younger, we didn't have, interior design was a big thing. Actually, I don't even remember my parents ever mentioning anything like that. For some reason, I knew I was going to be an entrepreneur. The thing is, I did not know what I was going to do enterprising.
Yeah.
So for some reason, I knew I was going to be an entrepreneur. But when I was younger, I loved, arranging spaces and color and matching stuff and just organizing space.
Yeah.
I didn't know that it was that passion that was still building in me. I got to know about that later after I graduated.
Wow. Do you feel, from experience as a businesswoman, do you feel sometimes women get intimidated in businesses?
Yes, I do. It's very easy to get intimidated, by the way. For some reason, I think there are people out there who are just out to intimidate. And I don't just talk about men. We even have women who like intimidating other women.
Yeah.
So you can get intimidated by anybody.
Yeah.
But it's up to you to believe in what you're doing and believe in yourself and in your product and in your service.
Okay. Now, you just mentioned you're a mom and you're a wife. The last time I saw you, you were not a mom yet.
Really now? When was that?
About 7 years ago. Were you a mom?
No, actually I became a mom 4 years ago.
Daphine, I have good memory.
Yeah.
But now that you're a mom and you're a wife, and you're a businesswoman, is there a perfect balance between these three important things, aspects of your life? How are you able to strike the balance?
Between being a mom and a wife and a
working?
businesswoman?
Yeah.
Somehow, God's grace
Are
is
there,
sufficient.
are there compromises sometimes you have to make?
Yeah, I guess so. Sometimes because I'm handling projects that are outside Nairobi, and I have to travel for a day or two, then I have to actually do that. To be honest, I can't promise I'll be at home every day because, sometimes I'm working on projects that are outside Nairobi, I'm traveling. But as much as possible, if I'm traveling for a conference or job, I try to travel with my family whenever I can.
Whenever maybe your partner is available.
Yes, whenever he's available, and I drag all of them down and we go and have, I do my conference and maybe the last 2 days or so, we just put in a family holiday there.
Yeah.
So I guess it's not been easy, but it's manageable.
It is manageable.
It is, yes.
So you just know how to plan your time maybe?
Yeah, I think planning is very important. We all have the same 24 hours in a day.
Yeah.
So you just have to make sure that your 24 hours are well utilized.
Okay.
When it's time for resting, you rest. When it's time for working, you work.
And you're fully present.
You're fully present, mind, body, soul.
Okay.
Work. If it's time for spending with your family, you give it everything. I'm always there whenever I can in the evening to do homework with my daughter. Make sure that she's done the right thing.
Yeah.
Make sure school was fine. So whenever I can, I go pick her myself.
Oh.
We talk about school, how was this, how was that. So it's a delicate kind of balance. But it's manageable.
It's manageable.
Yes.
So now, in your own words, what would you describe as financial freedom, especially when it comes to a woman?
Financial freedom, especially when it comes to a woman. I guess the global definition of financial freedom is when your passive income is more than your active income. Basically speaking, is you can stop working and whatever income is coming in passively, maybe from rent or investments or whatever, is enough to sustain you.
Like your life doesn't stop.
Exactly.
Okay. That is quite insightful. Now, how are you able to conceptualize? Say I give you my idea, this is what I want for my house, I share with you my dream. How are you able to put this into reality in a manner that will satisfy a client?
I don't know how to tell you this without including the fact that it's also a gift.
Okay.
So
it should be a gift because not many of us can do it.
Can conceptualize a space,
Yeah.
We try as much as possible to have the client understand what our idea is. So sometimes we even use a software called ArchiCAD to develop the space on soft in a computer to try and have the client understand what concept we have. When it comes to residential projects, we use proposals, so we use pictures of actual items that we plan to use for that particular space. Such that when the project is done or during implementation, the client is not surprised, wondering, and where did this one come from, and who brought this one here?
Yeah.
So we are all on the same page as much as possible. So when you're not using 3D, we use the exact items that are going to go into the space.
So what are some of the factors that you consider before implementing a project after,
Okay, it's a process which, of course, begins with the client getting in touch with us.
Okay.
Once the client gets in touch with us, we need to have an appreciation of the space.
Yeah.
So we do a site visit, which involves, of course, site evaluation. We look at the space. We look at natural lighting within that space. We look at the architectural design of that space. Because whatever ideas we're going to bring in, we need to complete whatever the architect had in mind when he was developing that space. The other thing we look at is the client's taste and preferences, because when you look at whether it's commercial or residential, it's not my space as the designer, it's my client's space. So I look at his or her taste and preferences, and also very importantly, we look at the client's budget.
Okay.
All right?
So depending, so how are you able to, maybe, you can work with any budget, is that what you're saying?
Okay, within reasonable measures. A reasonable budget, yes. We can work with a budget which is reasonable. Why I'm saying that is because you can find a carpet for 2,000 bob.
True.
If you go to TUI, let's say, isn't it? You can find a carpet, I can tell you, kid you not, here in Kenya for 600,000 shillings.
I saw it the other day online and I thought, is it a joke or
no?
Because it's not April Fool's Day.
No, it's not a joke. Hand-woven carpets go for as high as 600,000, sometimes even 1 million shillings.
And people buy?
Yes.
Okay. So those are factors that
exactly. So budget is very important because items are very wide. You can find a cup for 50 bob, isn't it?
Yeah, very much so.
You can find a cup for 2,500, 3,000 shillings.
Yeah.
A cup, the same cup, you will put water in it and drink water. But because of your taste and preferences and your budget, then now that dictates the kind of proposal we develop for you as a client.
So now you mentioned that when you go into a space, you work with whatever the architect had initially. Have you maybe gone to a space where whatever that was there initially, you're finding hardship you think you could do more with it, but you're not able to do it to the constraints, maybe due to the architectural things.
Okay, not really. The good thing about especially Nairobi is that it's quite modern.
Yeah.
So most of the buildings you find are modern. Those that were done, in the colonial times, are very nice finish, very English kind of nice finishes. So for those ones, we try to work with country feel, farmhouse feel, or Victorian feel. For the modern houses, the good thing is you can always incorporate whatever you feel like incorporating depending on the client's tastes. And most of Nairobians per se, or should I say Kenyans, are open to ideas now.
Oh.
Yeah, the market is opening up quite well. And unlike before where guys were shying off color, right now guys are really open and daring.
Yeah, they're able to
I also get shocked.
Yeah.
Guys are actually quite opening up when it comes to
And do you
color.
love color yourself?
I do. Yes. Imagine if the world was black and white.
I know. How boring would that be? So is there a particular change in your life that maybe later informed the choice? Maybe something happened that you're forced to take a different route, but somehow it worked well, and maybe it was a milestone in your life.
Okay, I think so. Initially, when I formed L Interior Designers, the idea was to do or work with residential clients. However, a door opened up, and we were approached by one of the multinational companies, to build the customer service center for them.
Oh.
And who am I not to say no?
I mean,
so
that opened doors to other things.
Exactly. So we did the proposal, we did the quotation. We weren't the lowest quotation, I can tell you for sure.
Yeah.
But for some reason, I guess God's favor, and you want to call it, we got the job.
Wow.
So we did that work, and it worked for us very well, and it opened the door now for us to go into commercial and office projects.
So initially, you're not set out to do commercial projects.
No, I started very slowly with residential projects, and when the door for commercial projects came in and opened for us, it really opened the door for a lot of other commercial projects that we've done within and without Nairobi.
So how long has L Designs been in existence?
I was very shocked that we are now in our 9th year.
Wow.
Yes, I was actually telling my friend a few hours ago that next year, at a time like this, I'll be saying I've been doing this for a decade.
For 10 years. That calls for a celebration.
I know, isn't it?
Well,
time really flies.
I know. Is there like a particular person who maybe has been helpful in your journey as an entrepreneur that maybe shared wisdom with you, or maybe something they did to help you go to the next level?
There's been many. I'll just mention a few. One of them being my mom, who's also an entrepreneur.
Oh, yes. It's nice.
She's also an entrepreneur, has been one for many years, over 20 years. So a lot of wisdom from her in terms of how to do business, the spirit of excellence that you have to put into your work, making sure that everything that you're supposed to do, you do it, and you go the extra mile. Making sure that if there's a mistake, man is to error. If there's a mistake you've made, go back, rectify your mistake, and leave a good name.
And learn from it.
Learn from it, exactly. Learn from it, and make sure that you improve yourself based on the learnings that you've had from the past. So it's been quite an awesome journey with her. Of course, not to mention the prayers. It's not easy. You can imagine you're doing this work, you go for site visits, different people, meeting different people,
different personalities every day.
Different personalities, safety, protection. How do you know who you're meeting is a genuine person?
I know, it's just a con person.
How do you know?
Oh Lord.
Yeah. So prayers.
Okay, prayers and excellence. We'll be right back in a bit.
You know, it's not easy for a parent when you go to see a doctor and you're told your son might go blind.
I knew I was different, but I didn't quite understand how different I was.
Mothers sometimes choose not to breastfeed because I believe they don't know the benefits of breastfeeding.
So I started thinking about it. I'm thinking, man, if I can get TB of the intestines, what about them? Do they know that there's something like that?
I would encourage people to, when they wake up, to take at least half a liter of warm water.
Serikali iwachilie hizo dawa za watoto wanatumia zikuwe free.
I would advise the society to accept these children because nobody applied to have a child who has got disability.
Hizo mgonjwa vile nimepata sijajua na kuoa sana.
Mimi wajua I'm surviving with the 45% of my lung. This one may collapse.
If we could find a better way of just preventing TB transmission.
What more can you give to someone, who cannot see this world?
The World Health Organization estimates that at least 405,000 are added to this figure each year. Behind me is the modern version of the Manyata. It is a known fact that TB may and can affect anyone. As members of the Biotisho group sing their hearts out, they hold a clear message, that of restoring hope to the hopeless. And Angeline Kado for Health 101.
Welcome back. In case you're joining us, my guest today is Daphine Okonji, the CEO of L Interior Designs. I got that one right. Okay, now you're just talking about how much your mom has been an influence in your life and so much you borrowed from her. Growing up now, I think my age now, growing up, sometimes I didn't understand my mom very well. When you're a kid, you think this old person, But now, nowadays I find myself being more like my mom.
Yes.
But in a good way.
Yeah.
I find myself being like my mom. Do you experience that now?
Definitely. I definitely do. In fact, sometimes I normally tell guys I need to go back and just go on my knees and beg my mom for forgiveness, Because the times when I look back and I'm like, what was I thinking
when you were younger?
Yeah, what was I thinking? What was all that about? But anyway, I guess we have to go through that.
So what have you learned about leadership and mentorship in the course of your work?
Wow, I've learned quite a lot because as soon as you step into the shoes of being an entrepreneur, you're not just a leader within your family constraints. Now you go out and other people out there are looking at you. Exactly. It's quite a pressurizing place to be. But being the firstborn in my family, leadership caught on very
comes naturally.
And you also have the opportunity to mentor not just other entrepreneurs, but also those who you're hiring to work with you. You're also mentoring them. So I started mentoring as soon as I got my first employee, I guess, in terms of mentoring employees and stuff. And it's been an awesome journey, the mentoring. I've learned a lot. I've learned that people are different.
Yeah.
And our difference is what makes life worth living. And I've learned to be very patient. Patience. In fact, sometimes my husband keeps saying, "You are too patient
with people."
I'm too patient with people. That's what he says. And
I think that's how you retain your peace of mind.
You have to. And that peace of mind is very important.
It's very important
because you have to be sober.
Yeah, it's true.
24/7.
Whenever you're dealing with people,
you have to be very sober because a decision can cost you a lot of money.
True.
So you have to be very patient. Of course, here in Kenya, things don't always move as you had planned. Processes sometimes take time. Maybe you've planned to do something that will take 2 days, it ends up taking a week.
Wow.
So patience has been a virtue that I have really, really learned. How to appreciate people. And I guess how to just get along with people.
Yeah, and just to add on that, maybe your perspective I'd like to get. They usually sometimes, it's a stereotyping that women leaders are very emotional. Sometimes the emotions gets the best of us and we end up maybe making decisions that are not appropriate at the moment. Is it in your line of work? Is it true?
you know, as women, we are built with emotions.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's a weakness. I think it's there to complement our male counterparts. So it's not you know, a weakness. It's something that we need to embrace, that we are emotional beings. Of course, however, when it comes to the business industry, we have to build what we call emotional intelligence. So you need to know where to be emotional,
and where to
how far to take your emotions, and when to be sober.
And when to just step up and be the
When
leader.
to step up, be the leader, get sober, make sober decisions, don't take things personally. Because the minute you start taking things personally, you're going to affect your decisions. You're not going to make proper decisions, you're not going to make decisions that's sober. So you always have to learn, don't take things personally, it's never personal, it's just
business. Wow. Okay. So I know you have, is it in a design school?
Okay, it used to be Air College of Design. We decided to do away with the college bit and just call it training. So basically, because we're in the industry and we're practitioners, we decided, you know what, why don't we make the mentorship part of the training that we offer as a company? So we offer training where we train people on the technical aspect of interior decor and also the business aspect of it. Many people don't succeed in business because one of the biggest weaknesses, you have the ideas, you're very creative, but you do not know how to do a quotation. Or just, you know, develop a simple quotation. So you develop a quotation with your basic knowledge and you end up burning your fingers.
Wow.
So what happens? You decide to give up on it as a business and to go look for employment.
Because you just didn't have the basic knowledge of
exactly
what you're
just developing a quotation, because the quotation is actually the tool that will you know, help you convert this gift that you have into profit.
So do you have like specific qualifications you're looking for when you're getting people for this training?
Not quite. We basically just look for people who are passionate about interior. You register, come with a passport, your passport, copy of your passport or ID, and to collect passport size photos.
An age limit maybe, minimum?
We've trained from 18-year-olds.
From 18 adults.
That's somebody who's finished Form 4. I'm guessing that's somebody maybe who has an idea of what business is all about, because the main aim of our course is to empower our students to start and run their own businesses, because that's what mentorship is all about, empowerment. So we have had 18-year-old students. I've had 65-year-old students. So anything between 18 and 65, you're eligible.
18 and 65?
Yes.
I think that I'll do that after retirement, you know. Just
ease up into it.
The next because people have picked up passions actually after retirement. They don't know what else to do, and they find that they were maybe passionate about something before, but because they were doing something else, they're not able to, and they're able to make a career even after retirement, and very successful for that.
I mean, Colonel Sanders started KFC at what age?
I was reading that, imagine.
Yes.
And today he's left a legacy.
Completely.
So I know that you're a member of several women organizations. What does Women on Board do?
Basically, Women on Board is about women in leadership. It's about promoting women into leadership, especially leadership on boards. So it's an organization that helps equip and give women the knowledge and open doors for them to sit on different boards in this country. And I think transforming the country one board at a time.
Wow. And the 3F Forum, what is that about?
The 3F Forum is a forum that I started in 2009. And it's a financial freedom forum. It's basically a mentorship forum.
So what is the 3F? The 3F?
3F stands for Financial Freedom Forum.
Financial Freedom Forum.
Yes, stands for Financial Freedom Forum. So basically on my 27th birthday is when I launched 3F. And the main aim was to get different speakers from different industries to talk to people about financial freedom and what are the different ways you can increase maybe your sources of income, what are the different places you can invest in that will help you attain financial freedom.
And the super mamas.
Yes, super mamas, lovely. It's also a forum of mentorship. So it's a group of women, and we mentor young ladies, girls, even other women who are our age who require mentorship on career and even business.
Yeah. So the 3F, is this the same as the Vua Fanaka?
Yes, actually 3F is under Vua Fanaka Business Mentorship. And Shepreneurs is also under Vua Fanaka. So they're all mentorship programs.
So Shepreneurs?
Yes.
So what is that about?
Shepreneurs is about women and branding.
So women and branding?
Yes.
How is branding important for a person or for a business?
It's very important. It's what builds your name.
Yeah.
That's what a brand is all about. So as a woman, and even as as your business, as you're growing your business, what is a perception of your customers on your business, and what perception do you want to create, and then how do you go about creating that perception? Because it's all about perception. That's what branding is about, and experience. What kind of experience do you want your customers to have from the time they call you up to the time you're done with the implementation, and hopefully you become friends even after that. But what kind of experience do you want them to have? And branding is not easy. Growing a brand is not easy, especially from scratch.
Okay.
People don't know you, all of a sudden you want people to know you,
and trust that you can deliver.
And trust that you can deliver. And I tell you, this project is going to cost you 20 million. You'll trust that if you give me the 20 million, I'm going to deliver.
Yeah, deliver.
So it's not easy, but it's very possible.
Wow. Yes. What is the last thing you Googled?
Because I Google a lot. I think I Googled yesterday evening, and I was Googling a lot for Patricia. What was I Googling for Patricia? Oh my gosh, it was something to do with interiors.
Just in the line of your work.
Yeah, I make Google my friend, and I always tell my students to make Google my friends. I think did I Google on folding doors?
Now, after this success, what are you struggling with now?
What am I struggling with now? 9 years later. 9 years later, growth. Growth.
Yeah.
And you don't just want to run a business, and when you're done, you're done. So basically, when you're running your business, there has to be what is it you're doing? What are your goals?
Yeah.
So 9 years later, definitely my goals have shifted from when I started. And what other investments can I get into that will also leave a legacy behind and be part of the business in terms of growing the brand and the value of the business. And I think also just branching out of Kenya, the borders. Is something that I'm also
looking into.
Yes.
All right. So what would be your word of advice for especially young women out there who are thinking of, being entrepreneurs?
What's my advice to young women? Go do it.
It's possible.
It's possible. Just go out there and do it.
Yeah.
Go out there and do it.
Yeah.
And don't let anybody tell you that you cannot do it. You have to believe in yourself. Pray. Pray. Because I can't sit here and lie to you that there are not times I felt like giving up.
Yeah. Like you had turn back moments.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Oh yes. Cry, and then wipe tears, get up, dust off.
Dust your face and go and move on.
Move on.
Wow. If you could change one thing in your life, what would that thing be?
Wow.
Or everything worked for good?
I guess. I think I'm in the path that God created me to be in.
Yeah.
So, I'm not in charge of my destiny. I guess if you told me in university I would be in business and this is where I would be thinking, call you bluff. But
so what were you intending to do?
I got employed. I actually did HR. So I was under the illusion that I would be working in a HR firm somewhere, and I did work in a HR firm somewhere for 5 months, and then I got the sack letter.
Oh.
Yes.
So that gave you another direction. That's what you started thinking.
Yes.
Wow.
But I started thinking, you know what? I think there's more to life than this.
Sometimes God might force us out of our own,
Comfort
because sometimes
zone.
we stand on our own way.
Yes.
So he will make it so bad that you can't, or he'll just have you start to whatever happened to
Whatever
you.
happens.
So that you're able to, he's closing that door so that you're able to see another door that is open.
And he opens another one. When
Yeah.
God closes a door, he opens a better one. I even say he opens a better one.
And sometimes he closes the one you don't have sense enough to walk away from.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Very true.
All right, Daphine, it was a pleasure to have you here today.
Wow.
Hopefully we'll do this some other time. Yeah, thank you for coming.
Welcome.
All right, hard work, go for your goals. There's no limitation. I mean, you cannot use your gender as an excuse for not to make it. And for the girls, the young girls out there who are budding entrepreneurs and who want to be entrepreneurs even in the future, it is possible through effort and hard work and also prayers, as Daphine has said. So go for your goals, because it is possible to achieve anything you set your mind into. I've been your host, Miryamme Ogutu, and until next time, it's bye-bye from me.